Let's talk about the Pulse Elite headset today because let's see long-term performance-wise how this headset has gone. So there are so many improvements with this headset to talk about today, and the performance has been nothing but fantastic. There's a few pros, a few cons with this headset. Which should you go for, the Pulse 3D or the Pulse Elite? Right now I'm going more towards the Pulse Elite because of the amount of amazing features that it has. Let's talk about the ear cuffs at first. They've definitely improved the ear cuffs. With the Pulse 3D headset, the ear cuffs were coming off over time. What they've done with the Pulse Elite is actually covered the whole headset with the one fabric, which is just a huge upgrade. It's been really good and it's lasted such a long time. Really well, and it's really flexible too. Also, the number one improvement that they've put in with the Pulse Elite is of course the mic. So now you can talk and have better audio quality when doing online chat, when you're doing gameplay. That is the biggest improvement because the Pulse 3D did not have good audio when doing in-game chat. In terms of the build quality, it has been really good over time. I've only received a few scratches here on these parts, but apart from that, we've got minimal damage over time, which is really good. The robust and flexible quality it holds is really good as well. We've got this rubber band over here, which is really good because it means that it can fit all sizes of heads and you don't have to go out and buy a different size. Depending on your head, it's super flexible. Look at that, super flexible. In terms of the outer ring as well, it is also quite flexible, but sometimes I kind of think it looks kind of weird with the design. Yes, there is a charging port right there and a hook mount that you can mount onto walls or other places like desks, but overall, if you look at it, it kind of looks a bit funky, doesn't it? So that is the biggest con that I would say for this headset. But apart from that, just the native design of it, it looks pretty cool. It would be good if they did sort of a midway where it's a little bit less bridged, if that makes sense, a little bit less arced, and a bit more sort of close to this rubber band because it kind of looks slightly ridiculous. But I kind of understand because it is super flexible and they've really thought about the design and the ergonomics of this headset. But that is the biggest downside to it. Apart from that, they've improved on the bass technology. So a lot of people said that the Pulse 3D did not have great bass. And with the equalizer that we have in the PlayStation 5, a lot of people would pump up the bass to get more immersive gameplay. Now, they've included immersive bass technologies, and getting these headsets is more immersive gameplay. That's the reason why you want to get it. 3D stereo sound, essentially, and it's good for during quiet hours as well for gameplay. And this has really improved on the sound quality of the actual gameplay. We've also got multiple presets we can design ourselves in the PlayStation 5, in our home bar menu as well, which is really good, made it really accessible. In terms of accessibility, they've also included the PlayStation Link, which is really good. So basically to connect this to your PlayStation 5 for the first time, you have to manually connect it at first. Then after that, you can install the PlayStation Link USB, which is good because if you lose one of these, you can actually replace it, which is really good because on the first headset, the PlayStation Pulse 3D, if you lose the dongle, then it's not going to be able to work in the future with other PlayStation dongles. You have to sort of work around it. So actually having the PlayStation Link option, it's a massive pro. It means that if you lose a dongle, okay, we can get it replaced and it's a lot easier to use. Battery life's always been pretty good with the headsets. They've always done a pretty good job with the battery lives. You can also see the battery life on the PlayStation home bar as well, which is really good. In terms of accessibility of everything, you know, we've got all the options down here at the bottom. Everything is super easy to use. You can even mix your in-game chat with the volume from the gameplay as well, which is really good to sort of mix in. You can have your full immersive gameplay experience because this there's not much sound I can hear outside of this, just in sort of the basic wearing of these headsets as well. So these headsets are really, really good. Has it been worth the extra $100 in Australia to buy the Pulse Elite? I would say so. Overall, its long-term performance has been pretty decent, and I think it's one of the better accessories to come out. They've definitely worked on improving the models with the headset range. I think it's better than the InZone range because you get full capabilities, full customization with the different EQ levels, all that sort of stuff as well. So overall, performance-wise, I see the use for having one of these. The only biggest drawback is honestly the design of the headset itself. It's weird how it sort of bridges and arcs too high, if that makes sense. If they sort of bridged and arced it maybe a bit lower, like the Pulse CD, then yeah, I think it would be pretty decent. It just bridges and arcs too high. I think that is the main issue we have with the design. I like how it swerves this way as well. I think that's pretty cool with the design. But overall, like, it's a pretty decent headset, and it's definitely one that's worthwhile for really good immersive gameplay with 3D audio enabled. It'll allow you to be able to hear things that you don't normally hear during gameplay as well, from different angles as well. So you hear things from complete 360 POVs, if that makes sense. So definitely a worthwhile accessory to get. If you guys want to see more content like this, or more performance examples, or more performance reviews, make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.